Welcome to the last phone standing, the much-awaited annual event show that showcases the best tech and devices from the mobile world, as well as the best tech experts from the mobile world. And 2021 has been an amazing year for all things mobile. A year of great challenges, lockdowns, chip shortages, logistic nightmares, and yet the mobile phone industry stood absolutely tall and delivered against all odds. Incredible products, amazing innovation, breakthrough technology. I think, in fact, the mobile phone became the gold standard as to why most of the world was able to function despite a crippling pandemic and lockdown. That's why we've all gathered here to recognize the absolute best of the best across many categories, many price points, and in a short while from now, we will know who the country thinks is the last phone standing. So let's take a look at all the phones that have made the final cut in our final list of best phones under 30,000 rupees.
The contenders for the last phone standing 2021 under 30K are Realme X7 Max, Moto Edge 20, Poco F3 GT, Samsung M52 5G, Mi 11X 5G, iQOO Z5 5G.
And of course, now let me introduce the tech experts for the show today, each a master of their craft. Deepak Dhingra, Editor-in-Chief, 91 Mobile. Thank you so much, Deepak. Wonderful to have you again on the show. Dhruv Bhutani, Editor, Android Authority. Again, Dhruv, you've been with us before. Thank you. Shlok Srivastav, Founder, Tech Burner. And Shlok, you've also done this with us, so thank you for joining us. Mohammad Ruiz, Umbrella, a YouTube creator for Techno Ruiz. You're coming in for the first time. Very, very happy to have you here. Shruti Dhapola, Indian Express Tech. Thank you, Shruti. And Utsav, YouTube creator. So this is a great panel of people that have all come in out here and will be the people who take us through till we get down to the last phone standing. So for all of you who've watched Last Phone Standing for the last many years, you know how this plays out. We've tweaked it a little bit. Okay, so I'll tell you how we're going to play this out this time. So each speaker will be given 45 seconds. A bell will sound at 35 seconds, a double bell at 45 seconds. At that point, that panelist, that speaker will be asked to wrap it up. Now, either one of the members of the jury or panelists can ask a question about the phone from the speaker, or I may do that. And then we'll score the phone out of 10 based on uniqueness, standout features, the category, the brand value, value for money, then the presentation by the panelists, which is, of course, very, very important. We'll also vote on many other categories and opinion polls. So now let's get started with our first phone. Now, the first phone is the Realme X7 Max, a very, very interesting phone. And the person telling us about it is also very interesting. He does an amazing mixture of tech with entertainment, has an amazing following online. This is Shlok, and he's going to tell us about Realme X7 Max. Shlok, your 45 seconds start now.
Realme X7 Max, Realme has made a reputation of delivering quality value phones, and this is just another one of them. And under 30,000, it feels like a great package with 120 Hz display, which is completely AMOLED. And with that, you also have MediaTek Dimensity 1200. And of course, you also have a Sony sensor, 64 megapixel. Combining all of these things and the package that Realme has created, when you hold it in the hand, it's very comfortable. The batteries up to the mark, it will run your day, and fast charging. Everything you want from a smartphone, you get under 30,000.
Great, Shlok. Thank you so much. I think let's come down to the panel to get your first question. Anybody from the panel?
So the Realme X series has been discontinued by the Realme, and now they have introduced the Realme GT series. So is it worthy enough to go for the Realme X series instead of the GT series?
I 100% agree with that, Utsav. GT series is a new series. This is an old series, and it's an old series, but the processor and everything, the specification wise, this is still the newest in the market and still one of the best in the price segment. And it would be a good purchase if you are just going to buy this phone. Just that there would be no successes. If that is something that concerns you, then I don't think you should go for this.
That was the Realme X7 Max, and now let's move on to the Poco F3 GT, game-centric phone, and to tell us all about it is Deepak Dhingra. Deepak?
So the Poco F3 GT for me is such a standout phone in the mid-range, right? Its dual nature is what makes it so interesting, so intriguing, I think. Nice all-round package. I'm not going to run through all the specs, but the works basically. 120 Hz AMOLED display, Dimensity 1200, 5000 mAh plus battery, fast charging. It's basically got everything, right? 64 megapixel camera, all of that. But the way it sort of converts from a regular all-rounder, a regular mid-ranger to a gaming phone, I think what makes it so stand out, so unique in that segment.
All right. Thank you so much, Deepak. You've really got everybody mesmerized by that presentation. So I'll ask you a question. There are one or two problems that any Poco phone would obviously have is, great in hardware, very mediocre software. And this time, I think they've made a major mistake. For a gaming phone, they don't have a headphone jack on it. So you still recommend this for gamers?
I think so, yes, Rajiv. You're right in the fact that it doesn't have a 3.5 headset jack, which is, I think, a big omission. I don't think it's a perfect device. They do ship 3.5 to Type-C dongle in the box. So that in some sense compensates.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you so much. I'd ask the panel to score. Next up is a phone from Samsung, the Samsung Galaxy M52 5G. Great phone coming in from a reliable brand like Samsung. So it set the market on fire, big seller. And to tell us more about this is Shruti.
So with the M series, we see Samsung going more in the affordable range, but with the M52 5G, they're going up a little bit more premium. They're going in the mid-range. And what we really liked was the overall design. It's a slim phone. It's of course big. It's got a 6.7-inch display. What stands out is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G processor. It's got a 120 Hz display. We know Samsung's really good at displays, and it's got a big enough battery as well. I think the other point that really stands out is that this is a 5G phone, which means it's going to be future ready, at least future proof for some time. So if you are kind of investing in a phone, say around 30,000, and you want it to be for the next 2 years, I'd say the M52 is a pretty good option.
Okay, thank you, Shruti. Questions from the panel?
So, Shruti, Samsung's typically shied away from fast charging, and this phone is another example. Especially with the larger batteries, don't you think that's a big issue with the phone, so to speak?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. For a lot of people, it could be a deal breaker to not have really fast charging. Most phones, even budget phones, I think nowadays are giving you 33-watt fast charging, whereas Samsung is kind of limiting it to 25 watts, and in the box, of course, 15 watt. But is this the biggest deal breaker right now? I wouldn't really say so, because you can always get a fast charger and get it at 25 watts charger separately and get charge fast.
All right, Shruti, thank you so much. We're going to do a quick vote right now from all the panelists, and this is going to be a vote for the best phone under 10,000 rupees. So I'm going to start off first with Shlok.
For me, it would be the new Moto E40.
I would go with the Moto E40 as well.
The Moto E40 again, I think I generally like the stock Android experience.
To go with Moto E40.
Yeah, I would go with the Redmi 9 Active, because I'll take a different pick out here. I won't go with the crowd, sorry.
Okay, all right. Utsav?
So Moto E40 is everyone is going with, but I will go with the much affordable option, the Micromax in 2B.
All right, great. So I think it's quite easy to declare the winner out here from this panel. Congratulations, Motorola. The Moto E40 is our phone of the year under 10,000 rupees. Let's take another quick opinion poll, a vote in for a big category. This is camera phone of the year. Deepak?
For me, the camera phone of the year has to be the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I mean, unbeatable if you combine still and video capabilities.
Unfortunately, the Pixel 6 isn't available in India, so my backup option is going to be the iPhone 13 Pro.
For me, it would also be the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra.
I'm going to go with the iPhone 13 this time, because I feel like video, they are still way ahead of the competition.
As everyone is going with Samsung or Apple iPhone, but I will go with the third one. It will be the Vivo X70 Pro Plus.
We'll declare the winner right now, pretty much across the entire panel, and that is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So congratulations, Apple. You've done it again. Our next phone is the Motorola Edge 20, and to tell us all about it, let's invite Dhruv Bhutani.
Every phone on this list is picked up from the same parts bin. You can talk about hardware. One phone will have something better, the other will have something else better. But the thing that binds these phones together is the glue that binds these together is the software. And that's where the Motorola Edge 20 absolutely differentiates. It's got clean software, absolutely no bloatware, quick updates. It's going to get Android 12 as well soon enough. It's got a great desktop integration going on as well for people who care. And I mean, with phones almost as powerful enough to like replace a computer, you should care. Of course, it's got all the specs as well. Decent Snapdragon processor, 3 good cameras, including an ultra wide and a telephoto. So I think overall, it's just a great package that's designed for usability.
All right. Okay, Dhruv, thank you so much. Questions from the panel?
I have a question that Moto H20 has a slightly lesser battery, like 4000 mAh. So is it good for day-to-day tasks?
At the end of the day, see, when we are reviewing phones, we're way more aggressive than any customer usually is. Like, nobody's gaming 6 to 7 hours a day. And like, this phone gives you 6 hours, 7 hours of screen on time with very decent usage. And that's more than enough for most people. Honestly, if you're spending more than 7 hours on your phone, you probably need to cut down on your phone usage.
Next up is the Xiaomi Mi 11X, and to tell us all about this phone is Ruhez.
Thank you, Rajiv. I think Xiaomi Mi 11X is the only smartphone under 30,000 which has super crazy specs with Snapdragon 875 chipset. You have 120 Hz AMOLED display, 4520 mAh battery with 33 watt fast charging, and a very premium build. So I think this smartphone is the only phone around 28,000 rupees at present which has Snapdragon 875 chipset. It is one of the best chipset you can buy under 30,000 rupees.
Xiaomi has been doing amazing things when it comes to performance, and with this phone, they have done a very value package when it comes to performance. But at the same time, the pictures that the back camera is taking are not up to the mark, or I would say not on par with the competition.
Yeah, I agree with you, Shlok. I think you can take decent photos, not excellent and not bad either, but you can take decent photos.
All right, let's move on to the next phone. This is the iQOO Z5, and tell us all about it. Utsav.
So if underrated word has to be given to a particular brand, it has to be an iQOO. Because it's not just a phone, best phone under 30,000, but also a phone that comes under 25,000, giving the best possible specs. Like we talk about Snapdragon 778G, there is a LPDDR5 RAM, probably the only phone that comes with that type of RAM in this price range, UFS 3.1 storage. Moreover to that, there's a 120 Hz display, excellent for gamers, and there's a 64 megapixel Samsung image sensor. Not only that, 5000 mAh battery, 44 watt fast charging. Even the design is also very slim. So overall, I can say a good phone overall for a good package under 25,000.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Utsav. Shruti, do you have a question?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, what do you think about the software on the phone? Do you think it's a bit underwhelming for users because it's very intrusive, it's not really great, or Fun Touch is not really great for the smooth user experience? What do you have to say about the software?
So software is a very nice question about that, but from past 1 year they have improved their software. From iQOO UI they have moved to the Fun Touch OS, and it's constantly been improving. They are constantly getting good updates, so that's a good thing. Even the Android 12 is also a promise for this phone.
And while you guys also put in all your scores for this, I'm going to come to best phone under 20,000 rupees, and this time I'll go the opposite way. Utsav, which is your best phone under 20,000 rupees?
For me, it will be the Redmi Note 10 Pro.
I'll go with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max.
I'll go for Poco X3 Pro.
I would also go with the Poco X3 Pro.
The Poco X3 Pro is a very good phone, but it makes too many compromises. So I'd probably go for the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max.
I think the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is a better all-rounder.
Winner, the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Congratulations to Xiaomi and Redmi. Biggest disappointment with the phone industry in 2021, Deepak?
I think the Pixel 6 series not coming to India again.
There is absolutely no need for different, like a new phone at every 500 rupee price point. Consolidate, give something that's good to the customer.
Disappointment would be companies not being well planned for the chip shortage that was coming. So I think chip shortage would be
the chip shortage and not really coming in front of it was, I think, a big problem. Ruhez?
Disappointment would be launching too many smartphones and confusing the users.
Okay, so great points. Shruti?
Yeah, I'd say the lack of differentiation between several products.
Biggest gimmick feature on phones in 2021, Utsav?
Obviously, it's a macro and depth sensor, but they are not actually utilizing the camera as they should.
I'd say it's still the macro camera. Why is it there? What is it doing? I still don't know. Does anyone even use it?
Brands are promising 3 years and 4 years of update, and some brands stand out and some don't.
I would go with the macro and depth cameras.
The focus on 5G.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is just trying to amp up, like you should get, because it's got more 5G bands. This has more 5G bands. Sure.
Yeah, right.
We're not getting 5G anytime soon. When we do, we'll get it in the metros, in little pockets. It's not coming anytime soon.
I think I would agree with Dhruv there. I think, for a certain, at least for a certain segment of phones, marketing them as and playing on the 5G aspect at this time maybe doesn't make too much sense.
Phone brand that pleasantly surprised you in 2021, Deepak?
iQOO for me.
Motorola.
I would also go with Motorola.
I agree with Dhruv and Shlok. I'll go for Motorola.
I'll go with Vivo. I was really surprised with their premium phones and the camera performance out there.
I would go with Motorola.
All right, great. So there are 3 companies out there that really seem to be doing things right. Which phone are you personally most excited about that will be released in 2022?
The iPhone 14, I think there should be some big changes coming.
The next Pixel. I think they'll iron out.
The next one that won't be released in India, that one?
I mean, you didn't specify India, did you?
For me, it's the Samsung S22 Ultra.
For me, it's Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. It's not for everyone, but it's very innovative smartphone.
I'm looking forward to seeing the OnePlus 10 series because I think it'll be an interesting 2022 for them. What's going to happen with the OnePlus brand? We know that Oxygen OS is kind of going to go away. So I want to see how OnePlus 10 Pro series does next year.
Okay, interesting. Utsav?
I have 2 phones, not just one. iPhone 14 Pro, as rumors are saying, they are going to remove the notch and bring the hole punch. So excited to see that. And second phone will be obviously the Pixel. I really wanted the Pixel to be launched in India. Hopefully they will launch the Pixel 7 in India and it would be a good thing for us.
All right, great. So fantastic. Thank you so much for those opinion polls. A lot of knowledge, lot of great information. And, I think the entire country now comes to know what's exciting you about what happened in 21 and what's happening in 2022. All right, we've got everything tabulated and we are now going to come up with the results. They're right in front of me and I'm going to go in reverse order. There are 2 areas where we've actually got the same phone getting the same score. So I'll just tell you that. Right at the bottom is the Mi 11X. The next is 2 phones that have come in together, exact same score. The iQOO and the Realme both have got the exact same score and they are there next. But this is where it gets very interesting. The total score difference between 1, 2 and 3 is only 1 point. And the phones that are right at the top are actually 2. So you have 2 winners and 1 coming in at second. I'm just going to announce the one that is coming in second is the Samsung M52. And therefore, the winners are the Poco F3 GT and the Motorola Edge 20. So congratulations. I think the very fact that the total number of score difference between the last one and the top one is just a few points shows you how incredible the market has been for under 30,000 rupees. So many phones in contention. We started with 30, 35 and eventually we've got our winner list. So congratulations to everybody and we look forward to Last Phone Standing 2022. See you next week where we've got the most premium phones, flagship phones. We're going to declare the last phone standing irrespective of price. I'll see you then.